I'm Alan Dale from Gale Force Winds. I want to tell you, it's great to be in conversation with people that are making a difference. You know, there's colleges in this room, there's suppliers, there's partners in this room, and there's also consultants into the industry. And my next guest is one of those. So why don't you introduce yourself, tell us what you do.
My name is Grace Pyo. I've been in this sector, international ed and the private career sector for about 30 years.
Okay.
Aging myself. And I feel like really, this is the greatest job ever. I mean, I know that in education, people don't come in it for the money really, because it's the satisfaction you get every day.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I feel like I get to really change people's lives, and that feels amazing. I was just talking about when I ran into a student, which, I haven't taught in a long time. And I ran into this student on this, and he's like, "You were my first teacher, and, you inspired me to keep going on." And I thought, oh my gosh, I do things,
Yeah.
So I think that's a big thing. But with the career sector, I feel like, I was a career college graduate. My family had a travel agency, so I actually got my travel training ticket from a career college way back in the 80s. And then, I've had a really weird career, and I've done business, hospitality, all these things. And so I brought all that knowledge then to the career sector. It's just, and working with international students, I have to say, they leave their lives. They come and they're like the bravest people in the world to come to a strange country and a strange culture to really improve their lives. So you really feel that passion that they have, and it's infectious. I don't know.
No, you hit the nail right on the head. It's very courageous to do what you just described, for people to do that. And for you to be a part of that, it's empowering, right? It's an important role that you play. It's an important role that the colleges play. And
Exactly.
Every day, these people that go to work in these colleges are making an incredible difference to people's lives.
Yes, these new immigrants that come in, and they work all day, and then they show up. And you think you're exhausted, and you've gone through all this trauma and crisis, and yet they show up. And that, I don't know, how can people not feel that and
Right.
want to still help and see them succeed, and yeah.
If people were watching this and they're not quite sure what career colleges are, how would you define a career college?
Well, it's vast, right? So, but I think really the essence is that career colleges get you up and into the workforce quickly. If you're from another country, you can really upskill and get your Canadian certification to get out there and work. For the, like my son-in-law, okay, but you go into trades and you come out of it with real practical skills that you can just boom, get your job and keep going and contribute to the workforce immediately. Not to slag, university degrees and stuff. We all have them too, a lot of us that work in the schools. But, I look back and I think, geez, if I had learned that instead of, studying for 4 or 5 years or, that kind of thing. I think really the essence with career colleges is that it addresses that labor shortage problem, and it supports the real ordinary people that need to do that. And I think that's why we do it.
What a beautiful explanation of what a career college is. We certainly appreciate your lens, appreciate you being in the conversation. Thank you for being on the show.